Hello everyone and welcome back to HITC Football. It's me, your host Revboy, and I just want to address the video that went up before this, went up Sunday earlier on. I looked like a knockoff Ed Sheeran. Let's just say we had some technical difficulties with the green screen. Improvements are coming for next week. Don't you worry, but I appreciate you clicking onto the video. And why do I appreciate it? Because we are going to cover a topic that's never been done on YouTube. Type this into YouTube, see if it's there. Maybe you can find something. But totally original ideas coming from the brain of the beautiful Rev. Just hit puberty boy. What are we doing? I haven't got my chair. So is it really awkward if I spin? No, seriously, what we're doing is we're going to be taking a look at, in my opinion, the major teams around Europe outside of the Premier League, and then try and guess where I think they would come in the Premiership. So we're going to be going through the likes of PSG, Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona, them sort of teams, and we're going to see where your boy, Red Boy, thinks they would finish if they were to come over and play in the English division, the Premier League, for one season. We're not going to use too many stats and statistics and figures for this video. This is purely and really only based off my opinion, just so you know that. But let's crack into it with our first team, and that's going to be PSG. A lot of people say they're in a Farmers League, but they have got a fantastic team. If they were to come up to the Prem and take that step up, obviously it'd be interesting to see Neymar if he could do it in the Prem. It'd be cool to see if Mbappé could do it in the Prem. It'd be good to see if Messi could do it in the Prem. We'd all love to see that, and maybe for a lot of people it might put that Ronaldo Messi debate to bed, you know, because he moved from Spain, was amazing, and he hasn't really done it in League One, which a lot of people say is a Farmers League. Will be very, very interesting. Defensively they're okay. They've got the likes of Marquinhos there. They have Hakimi. Donnarumma's one of the best goalkeepers in world football at the moment. I think PSG would come over, but I think they'd find it hard to be consistently competitive. I think that's what happens. They've got a lot of overpaid players. They know they're a calibre above the rest of the league, and then you see a drop in standards. They don't play at their best level, they play at a mid-level. So I think over the course of a whole season in the Premiership, so let's give them fourth. Next team, we're going to go to the mighty Dortmund. Now, a lot of people might say they're not the second best team in Germany. There could be different opinions on that, but based historically and also, you know, they've got the biggest brand as well, other than Bayern Munich. Dortmund have up and down yo-yo seasons, so I think there's a lot of seasons where Dortmund could come anywhere from 6th to 4th, and I think there's seasons where they could come 2nd or 3rd. Hard to see him, you know, clinch the title, especially with Bayern Munich feel it. This is basically a Super League, what we're doing. This is basically, if the Super League took place, who would be winning it? That's basically what we're doing, but we're using all the Prem teams as well. So we've made the league one position bigger every time we've gone into it. But anyway, Dortmund, not much to it. They're kind of a feeder club in a way. They get talent, they make them grow, and then they sell them on. Haaland, Pulisic, Sancho, just to name a few. Many, many more. But I think they'd have a good time in the Prem, but not an amazing time. I'd give Dortmund a 6th spot in the Prem. Next we're moving to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich would be very, very interesting. It's got to be a 1st or a 2nd. Some people say the German league is a little bit like the French league, as there's always one winner. Is the rest of it's Farmers League? No, it doesn't get the same hate, doesn't get the same sort of view. Obviously, German teams tend to do a little bit better in Europe over French teams as well, historically. So we would say that they would do better than PSG, but would they clinch the title? But the team they have a goal scorer, which is key. They've got some good defenders, they've got pace, they've got a young team. They're pretty formidable, Bayern Munich, in all fairness. PSG I gave 4th, so let's give Bayern Munich 2nd. Next, we got a big one, Real Madrid. Now, one of the biggest teams in the world in regards to how iconic they are, what they've won, their brand, some of the players they signed, their Galacticos. You know, it's a very, very hard one, this video, because you're trying to guess where they'd come. Based on their current team, obviously they just won the Champions League, and, you know, that's big. But they haven't really got squad depth, in my opinion. They've obviously got some good young talents there that are going to come through the system and do well. Camavinga's very good. Rodri's looking like a good talent. Vinicius Jr. looks fantastic at times. Benzema, they're going to need a replacement for him within the next year or two, so that'll be interesting who they get in. But for Real Madrid, they're basically going to be competing with Liverpool and City. Now, they did beat both, but that's in the Champions League, you know, and obviously that first leg against City, they got walked. You know, it looked like it was over going into that second leg, but Real Madrid doing Real Madrid things. That's why they won what they won. But the Prem's different. Real Madrid 2nd. Let me know what you think. As I said, if you want to see more like this and you want to see a more in-depth breakdown of, you know, the tactical sense of how they'd perform against how Prem teams defend and attack, and their squad depth, for example, their XG, bits and pieces like that. If you want to see a really good breakdown of that, when it's not of my opinion, it's more of statistics and science, let me know by smashing the like button and leaving a comment down below. But anyway, cracking into it, next we're going to go straight to the Netherlands. Hi Dutch guy, hope you're keeping well. Moving into Ajax. Ajax is an interesting one, a bit like Dortmund in regards to a feeder club. They get players, they have a really good, season, with like De Ligt and De Jong, for example, and then gone. See you later, take the money in, restart again. Fantastic academy. Do I think they'd perform well in the Premier League? No. We see a lot of players come from Dutch teams and go to Premier League teams and don't cut it. We see it go to other leagues and don't cut it. It's one of them leagues where they will do really well or really poorly, kind of like the Portuguese league, for example. Hoping Nunes is going to be good for you Liverpool fans. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, bit of a mad one. Ajax coming into the Prem. I think Ajax would struggle a little bit. I think it's a bit more of a physical league, the Premier League. Obviously a lot more games as well. Who would win in the match? Would Arsenal currently beat Ajax? Would Tottenham currently beat Ajax if they played them back to back in the Premier League? Would they beat them? It's tough to do, you see what I mean? Ajax, I'm not being bad, 7th. Next we move on to Juventus. Juventus can have class seasons or really poor seasons. Juventus is a bit of a tough one, but I don't want to make this video too long because, as I said, I just want to try this out as a concept, and if you do like it, we'll come back next week with something much more in-depth, detailed, pure, statistical based, scientific facts. But as I was saying, we're going to go for Juventus. We're going to fly through 3 at once here. We're going to do Juventus, AC Milan and Barcelona. So let's put them in the position that we're going to do them in. So we're going to put Barcelona there, we're going to take Juventus there and put Juventus here, and then we're going to put AC Milan there. So I think if AC Milan were to come over, they'd come 6th. I think if Juventus were to come over, they'd come 3rd. And I think if Barcelona were to come over, currently, they've had a bit of a reform under Xavi, in all fairness. I'll give them 3rd as well. That's why I think them teams would finish if they, played in the Prem for a whole season. I'm going to do another 3 at once here. I'm going to go for the 2 biggest teams in Scotland, Celtic, Rangers, and then I'm going to throw in the best, the purest, the most remarkable team you probably haven't heard about. The best team in Ireland. St. Patrick's Athletic. What a team. What icons. What myths. So where would we put them? Let's look at this. So Pat's a pure class. So if Pat's came over, I don't care what anyone says. Look, just what a team. Christy Fagan all the way. Pats would get first. Without a doubt. 110%. Pats would come over and smash the Premier League. People was like, oh, it's Ireland, it's small. Get Pats in, they'll win. Without a doubt. Rangers and Celtic's a tough one. This is a big debate, and this could get very heated in the comment section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both in, and I'm going to put both in at the same position. So Rangers and Celtic, I'm both going to give 8th, personally. I think they'd be that sort of team where we could see them break into the top 4 some seasons, and then I could see them, every now and again getting near danger level, personally. If you are enjoying the video, please make sure to smash the like button. Please, hit it right now. It's right there. It's currently white. If you hit it, it will change colour. Tell me if it doesn't work. Also, leave a comment. Everyone opinions matter. Freedom of speech. I want to hear your take. I want to hear if I'm right. I want to hear if you're wrong. Just let me know down in the comment section below. And make sure you smash the subscribe button. The more you hit that button, the more likely I am to keep my job in the future. And that means I won't have to go back to serving fast food to drunk people at 3 a.m. Second last team is going to be Inter Milan. Yes, another Italiano team. Let's see where I think they'd go. Inter Milan... tricky. I think they have a team that suits the Premier League. They've got big, strong centre-backs with the likes of Skriniar. They've got a good goalkeeper experience with Handanovic. They've got a good attacking front line. They've obviously got Muriel still there. I think Zapata would have a field day in the Prem. He looks like the right build, he's very predatory in front of goal. I think they do quite well here. They've got a good playmaker with Çalhanoğlu, the Turkish Ozil, as some people call him. I think they'd perform really well, and it's a bit of a shocker because there's some obviously teams here and fans like that saying, oh, my team should have been first, my team should have been second. Get out of here. Get down to the comments and let me know why. But I'm going to put Inter Milan in at 2nd. They've got decent squad depth. They've got good physical players. Even Dumfries at right back I think would be a fantastic signing for most Premier League teams. Inter Milan have a real good vibe about it. If they came over, I think they'd adapt really, really well. But they also have Romelu Lukaku. So, 4th. Next we go to Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. I'm never doing that again. that could be borderline offensive. Atletico Madrid, I think Simeone would have a good time in the Prem. He's like a Argentinian Sean Dyche. They play so rigid, they play one style of football, there's a passion, aggression in there. I just think that would do well. I think they'd bode well, and obviously with the much more, you know, bigger budget and talented players and bigger fan base, I think they would have a good time in the Premier League. I think they're just that sort of, they're physically cut out for it. Squad depth can be a problem with Atletico, we've seen it this season, but I think they've got young talents, experienced heads. I think they would do okay, and with Simeone being quite a good coach, and I think playing a style which would suit Premier League football, I'm going to give Atletico Madrid a 3rd place. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, the hat is here because I looked ginger earlier on, and we're expecting a full beard recovery by Hot Take Tuesday. If it hasn't happened, just take it, I'm dead somewhere, or I've been taken and given to a beautiful foster home which have decided to take in this sweet innocent boy. But it's been your host Rev Boy from HITC Football. Make sure you have a good day, make sure you have a good night, make sure you are doing good. Bye bye.